In the previous video, we showed you how to import the ESRI shapefile. When you do that, that data you import is what is considered a static file. To update it, you would have to erase or delete the object and re-import the shapefile to bring in any updated information within that particular shapefile. This method is a connecting to shapefile or other ESRI data or other GIS data stores. And this method allows you to have more of a link to that external file. So if that external file happened to be modified by some other authoring tool, then you would just be able to update that data within your current map session. So either way, it depends on what your intent is and what you're using or going to use with that data. You can choose to either import or connect. So we're going to show you how to connect. I'm going to go to map W space on the command line, and that's going to bring up this map workspace or this task pane. You can see it's going to ask, do I want to turn it on? I'm going to click yes, and now I've got this, or click on, and it's going to bring up this task pane. So now with this task pane, you can see we can come up here and we can create different types of maps. So this is more of the AutoCAD Map GIS functionality within Civil 3D. We're going to click on data, and we're going to do connect to data. It's going to bring up this data connect dialog box, and you can see these are all the different connections that you can select based on the provider. And we'll show some of these other ones in future videos. But we're going to use the add shape connection. We're going to come in here and we're going to choose, or actually enter in, click on this. We're going to enter in a name for this connection. So the data we're going to bring in is the municipality information. So what we want to do is we want to put in the word of what data we're bringing in. So I'm just going to come in here and we're going to change this connection to municipality. And then you're going to click on the source file or folder. So if you click shape, it's going to choose just the one single shapefile. If you click on the folder, it will actually let you select all the data within that particular folder. So I'm going to go to the C drive. I'm going to come down here to site design, to working with GIS data, and you can see we can bring in the parcels, boundary, wetlands, soils, you name it. So if I bring in bounds, I just click on that folder and I click OK, and then I click connect, you can see that it lets me choose the different shapefiles that I want to bring in. So if I click on show geometry, we'll click on that, you'll see that there's geometry within this. There's polygons. And if you do this one and show geometry, you see those are also polygons. We're going to bring in the municipality or muni boundary data. And you can see our coordinate systems are all here. We're going to go ahead and click on add to map. And you can see what that does is it brings in these property boundaries, or these basically counties or municipality boundaries, right? Or in this particular case in Pennsylvania, these may be, identified as townships. You can see that the colors may differ. So what we want to do is we want to actually get rid of the shading and only have the boundary outline. So to do that, what we're going to do is go back to our task pane and go ahead and minimize this. We'll go back to our task pane here. You can see this shows that layer of information. Now, as you add more data, these layers will grow and you can turn them on and off and display them different ways. We're going to click on this blue swatch, just double left click on it, and that brings up this style editor, and from here we can change the style. So you can do all kinds of thematic mapping, so we won't get into that here, but that will be in a future video. But here we can come in here and we're going to click on the style, and you can see that we've got a boundary. This is the outer boundary and this is the fill pattern. So on the outer boundary, we're going to change that color to red. We're going to leave the thickness, that's fine. We're going to go down here to the swatch, and for the fill, we're going to go ahead and select no color. Go ahead and click apply, and you can see now that just puts in those property boundaries. go ahead and close that, and we can close the style editor. And next, maybe we want to add in the labels. So what I could have done was double click on this again to open it up. And over here we got feature label. So I'm going to click on that ellipse, and we're going to add a label. So we'll click on add label here, and that adds in a piece of text. But that text content we want to use is the MCD attribute that's associated to this boundary. We'll select map for the units, and we'll set the units to feet. The style will keep as Arial. And then for the size, let's go ahead and put in 5,000. Let's go ahead and change the color to red. And then we'll click apply. And now you can see that we have our townships labeled on our map. So it kind of gives us an idea where we might be located and what areas we're working in. So that's how you connect the data, or ESRI data, or GIS data. And we'll show you a couple others. It's probably a good time to save the drawing. So let's go ahead and click on save, the disk at the very top. And we can go ahead and save this in our project folder that we're working in. So you can go right to the Civil 3D Design, under Site Design. You can put it under Working with GIS Data. And in here we can say, no, let's go water and muni BNDY. Go ahead and click save.